Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another exciting episode of Behind the Charts. I got Major with me, Major in the building.
It's good to be back.
Yeah.
Good to be back, brother. Good to be back.
Aware. Guys, just one thing before we get started. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe so that you can stay up to date with the things and we can continue growing this channel so we can do more amazing things besides giving you guys content online. We actually want to have time with you guys. So let's grow this channel. Let's get it to 10K subs and we'll do something special for you guys.
And hit the notification bell.
The notification so you can know exactly. We premiere most of our videos, in fact all of our videos, so jump through on the premiere. Let's have a live chat together.
Yeah.
But yes, Major,
My brother.
yeah, got you here today. Bit of a controversial chat. I didn't know who better to call than you.
Though it's a controversial industry altogether.
Ne?
Yeah.
You know what killed me? When Savannah was like, get rich quick and you don't have to trade Forex. I was like,
Like we're always getting shade, so.
Bro.
But it's expected. I mean, how our industry is painted at the end of the day. I mean, we can't run away from it. You know.
Yeah.
The media space, like they work overtime.
Yeah.
To bring down like Forex as a whole, because let's be real, dog, like which success story have you ever heard or you ever seen on TV or in the papers or whatever in any media space? Never.
Yeah.
But it's always like the negative stuff. That one scammed that one made off with that much. Yes, sometimes they do scam, like scammers are there on a hunt, you know, so they're not wrong. But then why are you reporting one side? Why not report both?
Yeah, the good side.
Yeah, but the bad side is real, though. It's real.
So, guys, today our topic is what is a scam? Or just scams in general.
Crazy. We just spoke of scam just now. But yeah, so that's the topic.
Yeah, because it's crazy. And I feel like now whatever happens is just like people are quick to call scam. You know, when somebody doesn't understand something, they're quick to call it a scam. Whether it be in the Forex industry, whether it be like a motivational speaker, people are just like scam, you know. And I think with Forex more especially, like they're quick to call it out, you know, because somebody was unhappy somewhere or somebody doesn't understand lines. Because I think that even as a Forex or trading service provider, and I'm not necessarily talking about FSPs and brokers and whatnot, but you and I, you know, Forex institution, you don't arrive for one lesson and then scam. So bro, maybe you might wanna break down for us what's the difference between a scam and a bad deal.
A scam and a bad deal. Yeah. First of all, I'll say in any company or any industry that offers that renders services, they are one way or another in the firing line of being called a scammer, right? Sometimes the unfortunate happens, whereas you can't, let's say for instance as an institution, you can't pitch, you know, and in the midst of whatever that got you preoccupied, you forgot to text the person or let them know that, you know, listen, I'm either going to be late or I'm not going to make it, right? And then automatically you labeled as scam. So that's how quick people are to jump onto the whole scam thing, because this person didn't pitch or this person hasn't gotten back to me. Let's say they pay now. Let's say what's the time? It's 2 p.m. You pay, I get the notification, but I'm not on my phone. Or I saw it, but I'm like, okay, I'll respond as soon as I get time. So this person thinks, you just disappeared. You understand? Then you come back maybe 5 hours later, you find yourself
you're trending.
You're trending on certain platforms that, hey, this person scammed me, I paid him, but yo, I'm here. You know, it's happened a couple of times to, you know, the people that I know that are offering services and stuff like that. But I'm always on time. I don't miss. I don't miss. I'm a commitments. When I can't make it, I'll tell you I can't make it. Let's push for another day. You know, so I'm trying to run away from being in the limelight for the wrong reasons. You know, so a bad deal. Let's first define what a bad deal is, so I can just get clarity.
Yeah, because for me, like, it goes back to that people don't understand that a scam is a scam and a bad deal is a bad deal. For example, for me, what a bad deal would be is if someone pays for signals and then you find, and that's the thing, people gotta understand that everyone sees losses. Guys, so there's a book called The New Market Wizards, and it's basically a guy who goes around interviewing different traders.
Yeah.
There's a trader there who is talking about what's his name? I think it's Bill Lipschutz.
Okay.
Bro, he talks about, I was losing $2 billion for the bank.
Shit, for the bank.
$2 billion US dollars.
For a bank, and not for just someone, for a bank.
For a bank.
Yeah.
And this is somebody who is paid to go trade for a bank. He experiences losses, and then when it's us, I don't know why, people want 100% as well.
Oh, bad deal, I get it now.
Yeah.
I get it now. See, let's take it back a bit, because now I feel like a bad deal comes about in how us traders, the people in the forefront of Forex in this country and in the continent as a whole, is that we put ourselves out there in a certain light. So when people see what they see on Instagram, they expect the same results to come from whatever signals or mentorship that you give them. So they don't see losses. You're out there popping champagne, you're out there living the life, or you're out there posing in your car just like me. Posing in your car or posting your car every now and again. You had these restaurants and in Santon and wherever, and you're having lobsters and what, and you know, so they see that lifestyle and like, okay, how he got there was through charts. So if I sign up with him, if I sign up for the signals or mentorship, I'm not gonna lose. So I'm gonna end up just like him. But then when the losses start coming up, it's a wake-up call.
All right, so I'll throw this. Do you think then we sort of leaning to a scam direction by posting wins only, posting, you know, the good side? Do you think it's a bad thing, you know, or what roles do you think that like we could play as industry participants, as trading institutions, to be like, nah, guys, this is,
you know, in a normal world, it would be okay for us to post our losses every day or every other day or whenever you take. If you're the type of person that posts your profits, then in the normal world you'll actually have to post your losses as well. But remember, in South Africa, our trading industry is different from abroad. A person like Q Banks, I'll name Q Banks because I've seen a couple of YouTube videos where he shows the losses and the profits, you know. So that side, it's a bit different. This side, once you start posting losses, you all of a sudden not good enough. So it's more of the bad overshadowing the good. So they forget the profits that you've been making, but then they're going to take your losses. And those losses that you've posted, they're going to trend. They're going to be on each and every Forex platform or whatever, be it YouTube or Telegram, whatever, that you lost. But then if you win, they'll never push you because...
It's like your losses become somebody else's marketing tool now.
To bring you down.
Don't trade with that guy because he's losing.
How can he claim to be a good trader, yet he's taking so much losses? Number one, you don't know my bank balance. You don't know if I blow this money, do I have some more money to fund and make more? Do you know why I decided to risk this much? You understand? So people don't know the back end of your approach to a certain trade. But yeah, that's a bad deal when you think you're signing up for whatever it is that you made up in your mind, or whatever the information that we fed you said to you, for you to make a conclusion that I don't make losses. And then when you start making losses, let's say you came in on a bad week, because we do have bad weeks. Like it's back to back stop loss, stop loss, stop. Maybe you'll get like 2 TPs, but the rest is stop losses. And then you're like, I came in, I didn't make anything. Now I've blown everything of mine. Remember, you still have, like, if you sign up for a month, you still have another 3 weeks. You could literally make back what you lost in this week in one trade next week. So automatically that 1 week is going to paint me out as a scammer, but then it's actually a bad deal. You were expecting something right off the bat, just from jump, to say, hey, me, I'm going to make it. I'm with Major. If I go in, I go in. Remember, I did say on another pod that when you asked me that, are there any lit signal providers in the country, I said nobody else apart from me, right? So when someone hears that, they're gonna come through thinking I don't make any losses. So the reality of it is we do make losses. I have a list of people that would come in on the first day of signing up, as late as it might be. Let's say they come in and they sign up at 2 p.m. Come 9 p.m., they've made the money that they subscribed with and made more. But then there's those other days where you come in and we shy a stop loss once, twice, 3 times. Then we come back. So at least with me, I cap it. If I hit 2 stop losses, be it gold or US 30, I step back a bit, I go in for the third one. If the third one goes to a stop loss, we're calling it a day. Excuse me. Calling it a day. It doesn't matter how many hours are left in the day. We're calling it a day because I can tell that I'm not in the right space. If I'm going to be hitting stop loss 3 times, never. So I'd send out a message, listen, we'll pick it up tomorrow. For now, we're calling it a day.
So now, concerning Forex, then when do we call it a scam? Because it's like we're all jumping, or clients are all jumping for that word. When do you think we can be like, okay, that one is a scam. That one, okay, it was just a tough moment. Yeah.
You know, it's I could say it's synonymous to okay, let me put it like this. Lil Wayne said repetition is the father of learning, right? In order for you to be good at something, you need to do it repetitively, right? Sharp. That's in a good light. But now when we're jumping onto the scammer side of things, if someone does something back to back, and it's you're not delivering on what you're supposed to deliver, back to back, you are gaining and you're not giving back. So let's say, for argument's sake, because we're in this industry of ours, let's say lessons. You're supposed to mentor someone. Okay, I'm gonna say something that I was itching to say. When my brother, Bandila Benz, came on, and he was just telling us about the difference now. Yeah. So I'm just gonna ride on that wave and say, when you're supposed to mentor someone by giving them lessons back to back, that's mentorship. It's lessons back to back, right? So when you don't provide that to someone, and okay, now you've done it to this person, the next person comes up, you do it to that person, you take their money but you don't deliver, you do it to the next person, you don't so meaning the services that you promised to provide, you didn't provide. So it's clear you are a scammer. You're taking from people that are expecting a certain service from you and not delivering the service. I feel that is a scammer, because it's an exchange, right? You took the money. Now why are you not delivering?
Yeah.
It's not one person, it's not 2 people, it's not 3 people, but it's a continued thing. So now why do you become a scammer? Repetition is the father of learning. You're learning a bad skill. of now ripping people off. When you rip people off, that's when you become a scam. When you pose to be something that you're not, that's a scam. You understand? So if you want to be misleading purposely so, you become a scammer. You see, that's where I stand with that.
All right. So, there's other things I want to discuss, but it's just in my mind now, and I want to throw this at you because I like getting traders' opinions on this, and I've asked it before.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm a signal provider, né? Hypothetically, I'm not saying I'm providing signals. I'm a signal provider, but the results I post is a demo account.
Yeah.
Né? But my signals are good. Does anybody have a right to call me a scammer? Because I'm posting a demo, I made 30,000, I made 12,000, I made 100,000. But when I'm sending out these signals, people are actually profiting from it.
Yeah.
And then chigi one day they find out that I'm trading a demo. Does anybody have a right to be like, that guy's a scammer?
Okay, it depends. It depends because remember what I just said right now, Uti, if you want to be posing as something that you're not, then automatically I would label you a scammer. So now, here's the thin line between the two. If you're going to be posting those demo results, right? Fine, and people sign up and then you give them winning signals. That's cool. But if you're going to be posting those results and you say it's a real account, it's real profits, that's where the scam comes in. Even if you are giving out winning signals, but you went out and said to the people, real profits.
Yeah.
You're misleading the people. But that's what I'm saying, there's a thin line. People must understand there's a thin line. If you're going to be posting them and just lay back, not say anything. You post them, you post that, okay, I'm offering this, and that, the other, and then they come running, and you give them winning signals. Do you know those very same people, when you are being attacked, the winning people, they are the ones that are going to stand up for you. And defend you because you're making the money, changing their lives. You understand? Let's say you didn't post at all. Will you be changing lives? How many lives would you have changed? None.
If you weren't
if you weren't in the space, if you didn't post at all, nobody was gonna come to you and say, hey, I need this, I need that. Then you see the difference. It's also a difference in mentality. You know, another person would view it in a different light, and I couldn't be bothered. Like you said, you want my opinion, I'll give you my opinion. I'm entitled to it. The next person might say no. But Mina, I did say this from the onset, Uti, even on the first interview that I've had, that I'm all about helping the next person, right? Especially our black brothers and sisters. Because I think we're the ones that are underprivileged the most. If you can change at least one person's life, kudos, you did good. Now, if now I'm changing somebody's life, let's say I post those results, and I don't say anything, they come, I give them warning signals. Times are tough. That person can put a loaf of bread on the table. That person can send their brother, their sister to school. They can buy them toughies. Sometimes the toughies and school shoes rather, or uniform is torn up and whatever. That person can go buy that. You understand? And the kid is nah. But then if you don't, then it's a problem. Problem becomes when you now start boasting and saying, yeah, this is a live account. Yeah, this is real profits. Oh, okay. But here's the thing. I forgot this phrase. It's a very profound phrase. But I remember it. But it's something to do with time. So at the end, if you're going to be posting those things and you don't get caught out, who's going to be the laughing stock at the end? You are. Because why? It's going to catch up with you. The profits that you're making that are bogus, they must show in real life. I'm not saying that you owe anybody, evidence that you are living the life is the way that you were vocal about it. You know, you don't owe anybody that. But at the end of the day, even you as an individual, deep down, izokudla. Uzoshawa stress la uzoyiqhuma la. Bese kuba inkinga because now
you can't buy a 15 rand quarter anymore because
you can't. Now it's pressure on you. Let's say you don't even have a whip, you don't have a car, you can't afford Uber, right? I'll tell you now, like the what do they call them, e-hailing service? A mere distance in 5K, that's 35 rands. You don't have that. You can't afford that. Then you're going to be seen in a taxi. Then pictures of you are going to be taken in a taxi. Do you see now you're going to end up committing suicide or something like that because of the pressure that you've put on yourself by saying it's a real account, it's real profits, when it's not. At the end of the day, it's going to catch up with you. Being a scammer does not have a way out. It will always catch up with you. I've had, I should say, I can say privilege or luxury of people calling me a scammer. When I was driving a Ford Fiesta. I started trading when I was driving a Corsa Light, but it came about when I was driving a Ford Fiesta. They're like, yeah, it's going to catch up with you. Yeah, at the end, we'll see. Yeah, we will see the profits that you're always boasting about. How many BMWs did I manage to buy? BMWs I managed to buy. I moved out of the hood. There it is downstairs. It's wrapped up nice. It's turning heads. Panty drop.
All right. And compliant. Okay, bro.
Oh.
Now let's be real. What are some scams that people actually do? You know, like for starters, I think the most obvious, and if people haven't woken up to this whole e-wallet me your money for account management.
And I know I'm gonna catch smoke, you know, but we're here to tell it all. We're here to tell the truth, you know, and enlighten people on what's a scam so they can avoid them. Number one, account management is a big no-no for me. Let's start there. Account management is not. It's actually not legal in our country, you know. So once you see something like that, it's a scam. Number one. Because there's a whole lot of things that go into that are a bit complicated. There are other honest people that would literally take your money, trade it, give you the percentage share that you agreed upon, and then it's either you continue or you don't, but it's illegal, you know. I know of people that are doing that, and some of them I'm good with. It's just that
don't
yeah,
avoid.
don't,
especially when it comes, for me, especially when it comes to a point where you're actually sending the individual your money.
The money,
yeah, because you can never know what's gonna go right or wrong. Is he actually gonna take your money and put it in the market, or is he gonna take your money just to go splurge it so that he can get more people?
Let me put you on game real quick. Right. There are people that are doing. Okay, I'm just letting people know. Okay, sharp. So you send them the money. Right. Big no-no, number one. You send them the money, and they would claim that it's being deposited, right, into a trading account. So they probably with a certain, let's say, brokerage, and they can be given a test account that says real and it has your name, and you obviously you have the investor password and all that, right? So you just take the money and go splurge. Splurge. When the client says, yo, how far are we? You give them the investor password, like check, right? Everything's going good. And then they pick up that you're too excited and you might be asking for a withdrawal anytime soon. Then you open losing trades. The next time they check, account is sitting on minus. They can't do anything. You're like, but when we were making money, you were happy. Now that we're taking a loss, now it's a big problem. No, it's not even real money. Your money's gone. It's just a way to it's a smoke screen. It's just a way to say to you, your money is still there, and it's not there. So that's a scam in that sense. That's something that these guys are doing as of late when I was doing my research and some of the stuff. So I just think if you're going to be going that route, I don't, even this morning, I was stopped and then in traffic in the rain. And then they asked that if I'm a forex trader, because they know that these type of cars, the loud cars in color and whatnot, it's normally forex traders. And that's, I'm a forex trader. Like, no, I'm interested in this and that. It was a lady, and then she's like, no, do you do account management? That's the first thing that she asked when it came to service. I'm like, hey, account management? No, I don't. That's illegal and it's a no-go zone. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. That a lot of people tend to go for the easy way out. You can't skip the stages. You can't skip stages. So excuse me. Another, you said something about the types of scams, no?
Yes.
What else? You mentioned something that I was going to touch on.
Okay, do you think a course...
Oh, e-wallets. Yes.
Yeah.
So I regard that as a sign of some sort of a scam. Why wouldn't you want a paper trail of your transactions with a client? There's supposed to be a paper trail. I took my money, I deposited into this account. The details of the receiver is 1, 2, 3. Should there be any, back and forth, and then there's proof that the money was indeed sent to you. So if you're going to start saying, send me an e-wallet, what type of business are you running that takes e-wallets, number one? Or I'm a cash send, or send it to, I can't mention the bank's name, but yeah. So
send it,
send it to, nah. Let's be serious about what we do. And if you ever come across such things, then come on, that person is not serious.
All right. And courses, do you think we can say those scams in courses, because remember that, like, now it's different. I feel like people, the education, it's so out there, and they're going out there for education. But tracking back maybe like 2018, 19 plus minus, do you think we can go and be like, that guy was scamming with that course because he wasn't teaching the things? Or does the onus go to me as an individual, that how did I consume it? Because we know that people, maybe they were taking strategies from YouTube, wara. They're not even understanding the whole thing, but they were passing that information to someone else. Can we really say that was a scam if I was taking information that I found on YouTube and then passing it on to the next person without even fully understanding it,
The problem lies right there, without even fully understanding it. You can find something on the net. Now I'm talking about backtracking to then, because forex information was very limited back then. So if you manage to find something that works and you understood it and you gave it to your people and you charge the fee for that, I say kudos, you did well. It's working, right? And there's still going to be a challenge of the person that you gave it to not fully understanding what it is that needs to be done. But when they were with you, seated like this, they said, yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand. They get home, yeah, blank. Crickets. They don't get it. They don't get it. So now that becomes a problem on its own. But when, as an individual that gave that information, and if you fully understood it, then you've done your part. But when you yourself don't understand, then it's a problem. So what are you doing, feeding people things that you don't understand? Because that person can come back and say, I don't understand 1, 2, 3. You're confused now. Now you're confused. Understand? So you can't even resolve the issue. So what's the purpose of you claiming to be a mentor or anything like that? But what I can say is, if let's say you were charging 6K for your course back then, for what today is viewed as basic forex knowledge. Back then it wasn't basic. Back then it was even hard to find a course online. If you didn't want to pay me, right? I said, okay, go find a course. You find 2, 3, or 4. You don't know which one is right. You go through everything. You mess up your entire head. I helped you bypass all of that by saying 6K. You understand? So you're paying for what I went through just so you can have it soft and direct. You understand? I'm pointing you in the right direction. That's what you're paying for, right? As opposed to you having to go and look for everything by yourself, and then you're going to be messed up. You blow. At the end of the day, you do what? Forex is a scam.
Yeah.
Because you failed to crack it on your own.
Yes.
Had you stuck with a mentor that you trust, by the way, after you did your due diligence of finding out if they're worthy of being a mentor or not, you would have been good. But because you decided to take your own route, at the end of the day, when I say Forex is a scam, that's a big problem. But I wouldn't recommend, like, if someone back then did that and they didn't understand what it is that they were teaching, then now we can call them out. It can be 6, 7, 8 years later. We'll call you out and say, you scammed us back there, but it's all good. Yeah, we passed that.
You know what I feel was a scam, but I can't call it a scam, but personally I felt that way, so I won't label it a scam, but I just feel like, bro, this whole thing, nah, and I don't know who's been doing what, and guys, if you take offense, I'm sorry.
If the shoe fits, yo.
If the shoe fits. Back then, this thing of basic and advanced courses, I feel like that was one of the biggest nonsense that like was out there, because bro, it's like in anything else that you do, okay, we can talk about specializing in something, right? But this whole basic and thing, it's like car lessons. Imagine if you go and then they're like, now we're gonna show you basic lessons. We'll show you how to brake and accelerate, but then we won't teach you about the clutch.
Okay, so I'm gonna challenge you on that.
Challenge me.
I'll challenge you on that.
Yes.
You can finish with this description
no, that thing, because it's like, if I'm coming to you for a skill, I'm coming to you for a skill to be successful. Now, if I'm going and taking like a basic lesson, and then I have to go for the advanced one in order for me to actually start trading, why didn't you just go
one time,
advanced one time? Because the purpose of me coming to you for lessons is to learn how to trade, especially independently,
Okay.
So now why are we two different categories? Okay. Maybe for me you can go advanced as far as, maybe if you like, now you're teaching me godly patterns, and first I just knew like market structure or what. But I think, because I'm thinking from the consumer side, and I'm speaking from a side of when I was there 2013, when I was trying to learn how to trade, I was like, why are there two separate things if at the end of the day I want to learn how to trade? So overall, just charge me one price. Don't be like basic, advanced, but for you to get to the advanced, you need to start at the basic. So it's like, why not just package it into one thing?
And then,
because if you know that the basic course is not gonna help me be what I'm seeing from your gram or your page or your website or whatever it be, then why give it to me?
Okay, I've never done like your basic and advanced, but my understanding of it, that's what I'm saying, I'm going to challenge you. My understanding of it is, if now you come to me, you're a brand new person, like you've never traded before, I'm going to start from scratch with you, right? So you're gonna require a lot of time from me. So I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna box you up in beginner's course or what basic, right? And I know for a fact I'm gonna be dealing with you from here till here. And what I'm teaching you is not going to yield the type of results that are going to be identical or somewhat close to mine, right? But they will get you through, making those small profits so you can see a difference. You will somehow, if you're dedicated enough, you will make maybe half of your salary in a month or match the salary or even more, depending on your dedication, right? And then we have an advanced course. Let's say now you're moving from basic to advanced. Then there's going to be another fee charge for that, right? So now we're going extreme. Now what you did was you mastered the basics. You can do these basics in your sleep. If I was to wake you up, you deep into sleep, I'm like, yo, what is, you say it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? You're that good. Now it's time to elevate you even further, right? Now I know we're focusing from this point to that point, right? Sharp. Now, why do we break them up? Business. If I come to you and say, okay, let's say basic is like what, 3,000, right? Then advanced is like 4.5, or rather, let's say advanced is 5,000. So altogether, that's 8,000. Say you're a beginner, right? And I say, you say, how much is your course? I'm like 8,000. Are you gonna come collect?
Okay.
If you're parting with 8,000 just like that, are you gonna come collect? You won't. It's gonna go to the next person that's cheaper. So now let's break it up into two. There's a basic, there's 3,000. Study this, master this, come back to me when you've mastered it. Or just keep me up to date with your progress. Send me your screenshots of your profits and your losses. Let's see where you're going wrong. I assist you wherever that you need to be assisted. Right? Now we check based on your screenshots. And if we can't meet up, I always say, it's if you're in and around Joburg, we can meet face to face. But if we can't, due to whatever circumstances, I'm there on WhatsApp. Can we communicate? I check your screenshots. I see where you took your entries. Why did you blow and whatever. We discussed that. That's me mentoring you now virtually, right? Sharp. When we move on to the next one, it's the same thing, right? At the end of the day, what did you get? A full package. But then we took it step by step. You managed to master one portion, came back and you mastered the other. So it's advanced. It's basic. I don't like the word basic, but beginner, then advanced, right? Now I'm gonna go on to the analogy that you used. Okay, if you want to be taught how to drive, right? It's also broken up into two. It's just that the other is not spoken of that much. We teach you how to drive. You get your license. Done. Next phase, BMW driver.
Yeah, advanced driving.
There we go.
Yes.
Why are they not teaching you advanced driving all at once? Why is it a different course altogether? Why is it the most expensive course?
Yeah, because I don't need it.
Sometimes you can survive with just the beginner phase and not need the advanced course. And it will develop in time. You yourself, it will develop. Once you, like I said earlier, learning is the father, repetition is the father of learning, right?
Yeah.
So once you do something over and over again, you'll become inquisitive. What if I press? What if I just have, yeah, then you'll then find out that there's something else, right? And then because you're inquisitive, you go on to master that thing, and that is going to open the next door. You're going to keep on going. Same as driving. You might be a good advanced driver, but you don't know it because you don't have the license, because you've had your car for so long. If you do this, you know it's going to react this way. If you accelerate this much and brake before the robot, you brake maybe a couple of meters, you know what's going to happen. Right? That's you learning. But then you are not certified to be doing that. Right? It's the same thing.
But I mean, here this side, there's no certification, and that's where it's tricky for me to be like. I think where we messed up with Forex, especially in SA, and I guess globally, that's the chat, because I get onto forums, and guys, don't think that what's happening in South Africa is exclusive to South Africa.
It's everywhere.
Because Anton Krill, he spoke about this, that people get 100 people and then split 50 in one group, 50 in another group, and then they tell one group to buy and they tell one group to sell. So somebody's gonna be right, and somebody's gonna make a profit there. You know, and we've also had guys locally doing that, where you get into his signal group. He was posting sell Nasdaqs, and then next thing on his Instagram he's posting buys.
Yeah.
And then you're like, but you told us to sell.
That's a disgusting model of working. It's like you are disrespecting the industry as a whole and the people that are growing it. You know, there are people that are working there. They bouts off to make it work. So you come in and you do such things, and you know it's no longer a profession now. You're in a casino. Now you're gambling, but then the bad thing of it all is that you're gambling with people's livelihoods. You know, the person that you put in that other group that took losses, they took their lost money, or they took money from the student funding institution, you know, or they took, you know, money from their grant or whatever, they've been saving it for a couple of months, and then you blew it in one trade. And you're not even remorseful of that. As long as an image that you're pushing is fulfilled, you don't care about what's that image doing to other people. So it's a total no go zone for me. I think why would you be gambling? Why are you gambling? If you need a casino, go to a casino and leave other people's lives out of it. You see, so that's another scam. It's another scam.
Yeah.
And that person that's doing that is I have no words, but yeah.
And you know, okay, I'm gonna drop a name, but I'm talking about it in a positive sense.
Okay.
And I see this trend happening quite frequent, and it's just for the guys that are coming up. Because for me, this show, I know most of the guys who are watching it are the guys that are coming up, consuming it and stuff like that. Superstars don't have time for this.
You'd be surprised they do. I'm
No,
friends with a couple.
They do when there's statements that affect them, statements they don't like. But I like it because he said this on a previous podcast I was on. He said this on something that I saw. You know, I think what goes wrong with a lot of traders, and guys, before you call them scams and what, you got to consider most people are on their A game during their come up. I'll tell you now for free, I was a much better trader back when I had nothing than I am now.
True, I'm with you on that one.
You know? And that's what happens, guys, that we get so overwhelmed with everything that's going on, because here we got a trade, here, and part of me saying this, Coach Andy, he said that, so I'm giving him his flowers, that when we're on the come up, we working to be the best version of ourselves. And then once everyone sees that, hey, this guy's at the top, now everybody wants lessons, now I'm calling you in for interviews, now your chart time is decreasing by the day, decreasing to a point where, like he says, you ultimately forget how to be a trader.
Yeah.
Because now you are chasing a different narrative. Yeah, you are trying to now be the biggest scaler. You are trying to be the most influential. And we tend to lose sight of what we started for.
Okay.
We tend
I would agree with that.
To I won't say we forget, but we slowly lose that because we get into different spaces, and then this guy is trying to, because I mean, as well, we're affiliates, then the broker wants you to do A, B, C, and then we get so many other things, responsibilities that we didn't have when we were just, it was just us, our computer and stuff like that. So I think we fall victim to that, and a lot of us do. Not everyone, but a lot of us fall victim to now the chat time isn't there anymore.
It's depleting by the day,
by the day, you know, because you still need to do lessons, whatnot. And it's difficult to then keep a balance because a person who's not good at trading shouldn't be a mentor, right?
True.
You're excellent at trading, but now you got to juggle between being a trader and also giving people the services that they paid for and stuff like that. So I think like a lot of us, we end up getting a bad reputation because of those basics as well. It's not that we can't commit to time and what, but you gotta understand that a lot of people actually they didn't even know what they were signing up for the minute they said, I'm having signals, I'm having lessons. They didn't understand that actually the game is it's another business on its own.
Altogether,
yeah. And then once you're there and once we're not keeping up with the what the business is actually about, it's very easy then to get the name of this guy is a scam, this guy doesn't pull up on time, because
now you got lost in the sauce.
So
look, one thing that creeps up is complacency, right? You are now offering all these services. You didn't know what you're signing up for. You didn't know that it's just a job on its own. I'll tell you one thing. When I started out and I announced that I'm a mentor now, I offer signals and stuff like that. I remember I had a jacket. I remember I was still coming up, right? I remember that jacket I bought in town. I'll never forget the jacket. So that jacket had multiple zips. Zip here, zip here, zip here, zip here, zip here. And then obviously my jeans also had multiple zips.
So you were just zip man?
Bro, there was this one time, I was getting payments left, right, and center in the same day. I was a walking ATM, right? I had 5,000 here, 2,000 here, 3,000 here, maybe 5,000 here, 6,000 here. And it was like overwhelming because these funds would come in. Someone says I'm paying, that one says I'm paying. You know what I did on that day? I had no plans of going there, but I drove to my old workplace, right? And I went to go see all of my colleagues. And I was showing them, So now, with that, I mean, you're like, oh, I didn't even have to trade today. You know what I mean? I didn't have to trade today. So that's the first step where you see the actual trading being put on the back seat. Because you're seeing this easy money that's coming in. It's nice at first because you're new in the industry. Everybody wants a piece of you. They've never seen something like this before. So they want. They want sweets. So you give them the sweets. They give you the money, you're nice. You start splurging, and this money doesn't stop. The more you show yourself, or the more you portray yourself in a certain image on Instagram, they come running. Now it's time to trade. You haven't been trading for a while. Or maybe it's a touch and go type of situation. You trade here, okay, sharp, blow, it blew. I've got money to fund. It's okay. What happens to your trading? It gets affected. You understand? So you lose yourself within the services that you provide. It's a very daunting task for you to juggle all of them and master that. Yeah, it comes with months, if not years, of experience. If you can juggle, that's why sometimes you'd find other mentors will have like the admins and and that handle all of that. But at the end of the day, if you want to be doing lessons, you show up. You're the face that they paid for.
Yes.
You see. But then what takes a hit the most is your skill. So now what happens with me to brush up on my skill? Every time I have a lesson, that's me learning again. I'm now learning my own stuff. And I find out within the lesson that, oh yes, I still got it. I still got it. Because why? The trading has taken a knock. So me having to teach every now and again, that's me brushing up on the skill. That's me getting better. And I'll tell you now, every time I have a session, best believe, in the evening, that same day, I'm going to make some money. Because now I'm motivated. You know, I'm motivated. I used to tell OG, my little brother, of whom I work with, whom I've mentored, I told him, like, hey, dude, but why when I'm with students and I'm explaining, I'm seeing all of these things, but when I'm alone, it's hard to find all of these things.
Yeah.
But because I'm teaching somebody, they pop up. I'm like, with ease. I don't even have to fight or go seeking. No. And what I do is, I'll tell you this guy's for free. What I do is, after I've taught you for that lesson or couple of lessons, I'll say to you, you pick a currency, because that's where we start. The beginning of everything is currencies. Like, you pick any currency that comes to mind. I'm going to analyze it for you. I'm going to get you an entry point. And then from there, we'll see how it plays out. I'll give you an entry point before I leave. Because other people would say they're teaching, but they're not. What they're doing is, before they go to the lesson, they would have gone through certain pairs and whatever, and then they would pinpoint, okay, this one is the one that's going to work. So we're going to do our examples on this one. We're going to do examples on GJ. We're going to do examples on EU, you know. And then you leave there thinking, you see, there's another scam. You check. Yeah. So now...
using perfect examples
exactly.
to teach someone.
I say to you, pick any pair that comes to mind. And we're going to dissect it together here. And you're going to leave here. I would have given you a signal. You know, I would have given you not even a signal, but what is this? I would have given you a pinpoint entry, let's put it that way.
To be like, this is where we go.
And then at late that night, you let me know how it played out, you know. So, yeah, I do feel like services do take up a lot of child time.
All right, dog. And then we know there's some people who are selling services, but they can't trade.
Yeah.
You know the scammer list. The infamous scammer list.
Yeah, I know the scammer list.
Yeah, the infamous scammer list. Have you ever looked at it and be like, yo, that guy, he scammer, man?
I'm there. I'm listed as one.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying you're a scammer. I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying that.
I'm saying,
yeah.
Have you ever seen it and being like, yeah, this guy qualifies to be called a scammer because he doesn't know what he's doing, or he's just selling whatever that needs to be sold.
Yeah.
And before we get into it, I gotta say, I have a problem. My problem with that channel is people are going on there, and I mentioned to you, I made it on that scammer list.
Yeah.
And then I made it off the scammer list because I was like, okay, prove to me that I'm a scam.
Yeah.
A problem that I have personally with that particular channel, platform, and whatever, and I'm not gonna name drop because people are gonna cry and whatnot, is they say we are benefiting from clients paying us. Okay, firstly, it's our time, it's our everything that we put in, you know, for us to deliver a certain course. But my issue is the guy is benefiting from our material because the guy is setting up affiliations with brokers, with whatever, and saying sign up, going as far as saying no, fund with $50 or more, use my link, fund with $50 or more, so that. And there's a reason why, and it goes back to what we were saying, partnership. I'm not going to name the broker, but the broker he's promoting now, for every $30 a client deposits, they pay him $30. Guys, it's hot now because I was making a hot point before we had to take a cut. No. So, guy is being paid, and that's my thing. he's being paid $30 for every $30 that comes in. So he's not being he's making it seem like, oh, he's not trusted broker, wara wara wara.
Yeah.
But he's being hypocritical, which I feel, okay, how do you say I'm a scammer? You put my scam material on there and my material's not on there. But you say this person's a scammer, you put the person's material up there, you tell people to sign up with the broker, you financially benefit. Who's the scammer now?
Let's move away from who's the scammer now first, right? We'll come back to it. If you can take a good look at this thing, right? The people are the puppets in this whole thing.
When you're saying the people, who?
The
followers.
subscribers, the followers are the puppets. Why do I say that? It's because they are the ones that are being used, right? You are being fed information, right? Some of the people there, like most of the people there, I don't know on that list, but some of them I do know, and the material is out there, right? You are bombarding people with a lot of information. Knowing people, they're gonna go and download everything that's there, and that's gonna confuse you. It's no different from you going onto YouTube and taking that person's stuff, that person's stuff, that person's stuff, that person's stuff. What are you learning? You're not gonna progress in any way. So at the end of the day, you are being taken for a ride. You are being misled. It's propaganda. People who don't know that must look it up. So you are made to believe that a certain entity is of this particular nature only because you want to benefit from that same person that you are brainwashing. You know, my chat when it comes to that platform is, how is it possible that each and every trader in SA is a scam?
Bro,
Let's start there. Let's start there.
Basically, as soon as you receive recognition for being out there,
Yes,
you're a scammer.
then you're a scammer.
As soon as you finally find your breakthrough, you're a scammer. You know?
Yeah, the thing is, you know what people are doing? I think the people that are running all of these, I know it's not one, there's plenty of them. The people that are running all of these things, basically what they're doing is they're saying, yeah, why should you be paying for courses that you can get for free online? Yeah, just for that reason only, we've managed to source out the material of such and such, and it's up for free. And they go all happy, these puppets. Yeah. They go download. How many of the people that are in that platform are millionaires? Let's start there. Or rather, if any of them in that platform have made like 200, 300K, I need to they have all of the information that we sell, right? So why are they not going back to the owner of the platform and say, yo, because of you leaking 1, 2, 3, I've made racks.
Yes.
You know? So it's actually pointless. You understand? Remember, such platforms, they exist because of our existence. They exist because of the services that we offer. If we just keep quiet and start trading and not offer any signals as a community of traders, they wouldn't have a bed to sleep on. They wouldn't be able to pay for their everyday needs. They need us for them to eat.
And that's
the truth. That's the honest truth. Like you can come at me, you can do whatever, but it's the truth.
Make another exposing video there.
If I am not around, if you are not around, if whatever other trader is not around, who do you have to talk about? That's gonna create revenue for you. It's logic. And if you're gonna come and defend yourself on that point, okay, come tell me then. If I am not around, would you have been doing what you've been doing? When I say if I'm not around, let me say I'm speaking for everybody that's within.
Everyone,
yeah,
yes,
everybody.
yes.
If
Everyone on
if
the
the
list.
traders on the list were not there, would you have anything to talk about? Would there be any way that you can lure people in so you can advertise your affiliation? Come on now.
Yeah, so I feel like it's a big contradiction.
It's a,
But
it's a big contradiction if you ask me. It's a big one. You can't be calling us, excuse me, you can't be calling out traders and saying, yeah, they make their monies off of affiliates, and then you do the same thing.
you do the same thing.
Okay, how are you different from me? So you're different from me because you are maybe, how do I put it? Okay, you're gonna sell the credibility of your broker that you've partnered up with, right? So that's the good, that's the defense that you have for yourself. I don't get it because I can also say, oh, I'm with RCG, it's regulated, it's credible. So how different are we? Just because you don't sell a course and you give it out for free.
Hey.
So that's the difference between you and I. But we both pushing brokerages that are accredited. So we're one and the same.
And then we give free course. They like, no, he collaborated with the broker. But what are you doing?
You leaking my course for free. What's the difference?
And it's funny that these people bash the platforms or the brokers until they do affiliation, and then it's like, how weren't you saying ABC is a scam? And guys, another thing, this whole thing of like now scam, guys, I think you need to educate yourself on when a broker did you dirty or not. You know, I've seen somebody say a broker did him dirty when he opened his trades and his trades were in a minus. And then it's like, that is spread. That is spread.
Yeah.
What are you expecting? So I think people need to educate themselves on when a broker is doing you right and when a broker is doing you wrong. And you can't just go on, because I've seen people do like a whole lot of videos and stuff, and you see the shorts and people are calling out like especially local brokers, and then you're like, but when that happens overseas
yeah.
you guys don't say anything. And
don't
I've
say anything at all.
experienced that. I've experienced that. It's like in COVID when all brokers had the problem with the NASDAQ.
Yeah.
People were crying, it's the local guys.
Yeah.
But I experienced that across board.
Across board, it's. I think at the end of the day, it's education. You know, instead of people trying to go out of their way to say, US scammer, US scammer, US scammer. How about we educate people? Let's educate them on real stuff, on spread, on how to check if a broker is regulated, or if this server times. I remember we spoke about that this other day. A broker is running on their server is running on this time and that time. A lot of people don't know all of that. They're just surprised that gold yavala on 11. Do you know why ivala on 11? Do you know why it's not moving for so many minutes and stuff like that? Do you have the knowledge? You know, so I think it's time we impart knowledge on people like the proper way, and stop focusing on things that don't really mean anything. You know, so you trashing the next person does not help that other. Okay, maybe it might help them to a certain extent, to which maybe you're exposing someone that's really doing bad. I mean, that's a good job, though. That's a good job, because you save someone from getting scammed. But let's just educate people even further, more than what is being done currently. I think there could be a stretch in a different direction when it comes to all of these other platforms, doing it in the name of assisting people just so they don't get scammed. I think that's another route that they can take to educate people, just so when they get into the trading space, they already know a thing or two about how a broker works, or how MT4, MT5 works, what is a bulk operation, and all those things, right? Because now remember, these people might get someone that is mentoring them, but then they mentor themselves because they've been in the game for so long. They don't tell them about all of these things, right?
Yes.
But when with your channel, with your platform, you've taken that step to say, maybe this episode or whatever, or maybe this post is about to inform you that this is that, this is that. You've already schooled someone.
Yes.
So I just feel like there's a lot that we can do instead of breaking each other down, and that crab in the bucket mentality type thing. And it's not working for anybody. So
and stop using my downsides to try make yourself shy.
Yeah. Just because us, we preoccupied with our lives and stuff like that. Just because we don't dedicate our lives to finding out what it is that you do, doesn't mean that we can't find out. I mean, it's not even supposed to be like that. Let's all work together. Let's all grow together. Unity over everything. I feel like the Real Circle has proved that time and again, that unity is the way to go. Together we grow, and divided we fall.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Right.
So scams, they are there. Let's try by all means to avoid them.
All right. So we said, guys, don't e-wallet people.
Don't cash send.
Don't cash send. You know what else is a scam, dog, as we're counting here? This thing of 100 rand to 1 billion. Come on. Come on. Yeah, come on.
So, like, you know what? Now, like, sometimes as people would differ, to 1 billion, I don't know.
To 10 million.
As people, we have emotions, right? And there's no one that can say they're holding a trade with no emotions. Yeah, if you're from a rich family, yes. But if you know where you come from and what a 50,000 withdrawal can do to you and do for your family, 100,000, right? We're still good with the emotions. If you exercise like your trailing stocks and whatever, right? You can hold like your 50 to 70, 100, 110, 200, 300. Sometimes, if you know that your bank balance is sweet, like it's proper, like a young 300, 400 clipper, if you were to lose it, it wouldn't dent you. You'll still be good. Then okay, there's no emotions involved because you're sweet, But if there's just 10,000 in the bank account and you're still holding 76,000, for what?
For what?
Close that thing. Go. It's not. If it's still running there, it's not yours.
It's not yours.
It's not yours. Close that, request a withdrawal. As soon as it hits your bank account, that's yours.
Yeah. I just want to explain it. Guys, it's not Photoshop. Here's what happens. I want to explain. I want to just explain, expose, whatever people want to call it. Share the truth. So what people do, and most of the time, it's a demo account, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, and brokers shouldn't allow a demo account to have withdrawals. Couple of brokers do. That's a chat for another day. But what people do, they open positions, large positions. Maybe the demo has 100,000. Then they open positions, barcode. And then as soon as that trade starts going into profit, they withdraw the demo balance to a very small amount. Now, because those trades were running in profits, there's enough free margin to sustain them off of the profit. And then now that balance there is small. Now they
it seems as if now.
Yes, it seems as if I took 1,000 rand to 10 million.
Yeah.
And then you're like, how? Because the first thing to open a trade, margin is required.
Yep.
So how
did you open?
How?
Yeah, and if you can check like the entry points, maybe they're all similar. Which means you executed them at the same time.
At the same time, because
so where was the margin then?
People say I'm scaling in. No. How are you scaling in when most of your entries are sniper entry, whatever?
Yeah.
How? So guys, look out for those things as well. Look at the person's margin requirement.
Yeah.
And yeah, look, it happens that when your trade starts going into profit, you can
You
add,
can
add,
add,
add, and
yeah.
end up adding to a point where your margin put down is more than the balance that
Yeah.
was there. But you can't say, guys, I'm as kissing company, you call me a hater. You can't have 1,000 rand and have 40,000 rand margin there, and
Come on
all of the
now.
trades are same
It's the
level.
same level. It doesn't make sense.
Not even that it moved and then I added
You see,
trades.
that's what I was saying, Uti. Such things is what we're supposed to be discussing in all of the platforms. Uti, you need to know if this is like this, if the margin is at this point, you can only open so many trades at a certain lot size. You understand? It's things like these, dog. Like people get easily scammed because they fall victim to the smallest things that are screaming out loud to say, I am fake. But you can't hear it because you don't know. If there were platforms that teach all of these things and we inform people rather than focusing on the negative side of who's doing what, that's not their car. Educate the people. Educate the people so people don't fall victim to such things. I mean, 100 rand, 200,000. Yay. Come
In a
on
single
now.
trade.
Come on now. It is possible,
It
right?
is, guys. Don't let us say it's impossible.
There's people that can swing. I don't know if I told you this, but I funded 181. Right. This was after I blew back to back 3 times. I think it was NFP Friday. Yeah, I blew back to back, and I went into my rebates and I found a young 181 rand. Took that. I was with OG again, and when I was trading, I was in the car with him. We're driving, so I would pass my phone to him like, "Oh, dude, execute these trades. Execute. Okay, sharp. 100 rand, 181 goes up to 1,002. We close. We're trading gold. Goes up to, then we open some more. They go up to 1,006. Right, because of greed. Now I'm trying to chase the money that I
You
lost,
lost,
right?
yeah, the back to back.
We go back in again. It flips on us. Remember, now we're not even analyzing, we're just moving with the momentum.
Yeah, whatever.
Right?
When the market is
so
going
the
up,
market is going up, we're going with it.
Mm.
And we see, okay, it's working. Kanti, that's when it's coming back to retrace, right? Then I'm like, it's going to blow. Close. We're closing 700 rands. We're still good. We deposited 181.
Yeah, about 700% up. Yeah, 600. Yeah.
We're going again. I'm like, let's go. We're back at 1.6 and a cup and change. We call it a day. I'm like, Antoine, right. So when a Monday comes, we go in on Euro USD, we buy, right? We analyze long term, we buy. Remember, long term, we're swinging now. Now we're talking about the possibilities of this happening. We're swinging now. I opened, I think, hold on. I think I remember. Hold on. I got a screenshot of that. Just give me a sec.
But as you're looking for that screenshot, you know what's the point. Dog, you're talking about you were taking money, closing positions, building your balance to be able to have margin to open the trade. Now, me, I'm talking that one trade went in. You know, guys, and here's the thing. When you screw up, I've had people say, you guys are scammers.
Yeah.
Not because they've ever met me before. You know, my cars are loud.
Yeah.
You see out there. But just because they saw Forex on my car and then they were like, nah, this guy is a scammer. You don't even know me. You don't know what I've done and what.
It's like I'm saying. It's how we paint it now in the industry.
Bro.
That anybody that comes across something that's written forex, it's a scam.
It's a scam.
You see? Okay, cool. There we go.
Yes.
As you can see, right?
Yeah.
1.6 couple of change.
Yeah.
See, they were all opened 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7
Yeah.
at 0.05. Right, cool. Let me just
The margin
wait.
making sense.
Where's the see 335? Right, this is in the morning. Hold on.
The margin isn't
Right.
even a fraction.
So it's 11.
Yeah, you
There's
must
2
send me
hours.
these screenshots so I can put
There's
up
two.
there.
That's 2 hours later.
Yes.
We're sitting on what? 2,000.
2K.
This is an account
Yes.
that we grew from 181.
Yes.
Right? Let me just show you, fast forward. I'll show you the final results. Okay, this is not the final results, but
It's chilling
10,
there. It's
10.2
going.
with added trades, right?
Dog. And
It's-
the
it's
margin
the
is
it's still
still
there.
below your initial balance.
Yeah, you understand? So,
Can happen.
that-
But then Leo Gucci, the margin says 10,000 and the balance says 100 rand.
says
How?
100.
How?
It's
How?
it's something else. I don't understand it.
And I just want to say one more thing,
Yeah.
as you're still looking for that.
The final results, yeah.
Guys, stop this thing of asking what brokers someone using as soon as profits are made. You thinking that the broker is the answer to the profits.
It's not gonna help you in any way.
You're
to be quite honest.
you're thinking now just because there's 100 tower there, the broker's the reason why I had 100 tower.
And that's not it. I can't find the screenshot, but the account we closed at. But I wanted you to see it. We closed the account at 15,000.
But
There we go, there we go, there we go.
progress makes sense, bro.
No, it's not this one. Because I had doubles running.
The progress makes sense. So guys, these are things that you need to
I'll send it to you.
continually look out for. That you look at the margin, what, all those things.
They
you know,
count.
it's something I'm gonna say.
Say it.
And people are gonna be like, guys, when you see that margin percentage below 1,000%, know that the person was trading high risk. So when you see it as a pattern, even when you will sign up for their signals and what, because, bro, some people they come and then they saw me flip 2,000 to 15,000.
Yeah.
Now they want to take their 2,000 that they saved up for like 6 months and put it
Yeah.
all in one signal that I do. And guys, there is none. 100% accuracy.
There's no such thing.
right here. That is never going to happen. So even your favorite trader that is saying that, tell them I said that.
As much as it's a good marketing strategy to say 100% this and the other, but
It's not
it's not gonna happen. Even with me, I hit stop losses every now and again, and I told you that account was built to 15,000 from 181 because I took losses back to back 3 times, which means I do take losses. So if you're gonna come through and sign up for any of my services, just know I do take losses, and you must be willing to take losses.
Take losses. No, and those things happen. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
There's a boy from Val went from 130 rand to 32K in 2 weeks,
Hey,
and I saw it live.
hey.
You know, and I won't say, hey, it was my skill. He was a boy of mine. I was mentoring him, but he was taking trades without me saying anything because he was there. And these things happen, guys, but you must also watch the manner in which they happen.
Yeah.
Find the background story. And I'll say then another thing. Guy hasn't been able to do that ever since.
Ever again.
Guy has been asking me, yo, dog, can you fund my account? This year, a guy who managed to take 130 to 32,000. He's been saying, hey, dog, fund my account and what. So
Yeah, that's the point that you were making, that the margin must tell you everything of how extreme they went.
of what they were doing.
And if it's a recurrence, then you already know that this person is this type of trader, and whatever signals that they're going to be giving you, they're going to be of the same nature.
Of the same nature. So
You see.
watch out. So that's another thing, guys, that as well, these glory stories, we need to watch out for them. Guys, look for a consistency in someone's post, and I'm about to say something controversial.
And you had to have me on the seat for you to say that. All right.
No. Hey, I don't know if I'm firing shots at you as well as what I'm about to
Take
say.
any shots, any shots.
I have been using the same system for 4 years now. And I have a belief if we gotta do multiple things, now yes, there is improvement on the way. Yes, I talk about that. But if now my life is centered around hey, every 6 months there's a new advanced course and what and what and what, that means what I was doing in the beginning is not work. It wasn't working. So I agree, guys. Yes. People can improve. But now, if it's becoming my structure, and more especially, I'm trying to resell it as a new thing. So somebody who paid for my Scooby 1 course now has to pay again for my Scooby 4 course.
Yeah, no,
Ish.
that's why are they even paying for that course? What's happening with the one that they paid? Which means it was just worth. It's just they threw away money basically by buying your system the first time around. So why if they come, I would be concerned as the author or as the seller of that system to say, you back again, but you bought the last time. What happened?
Bro.
You know, so that will right there and there it will tell you that this person does not have communication with whoever that bought their system. Right? If they did have communication, this person wouldn't have come back and said, I want this system. You would have cut all of that and assisted this person to say, okay, one, this is how the system works. You're going wrong here, you're going wrong there. This is how you need to use it in order for you to be profitable. If that person didn't get that type of info or that type of assistance or mentorship or whatever you want to call it with the system, then you'll see them coming and saying, I want this one. No,
I want this
I
one.
want this one.
And that's the crazy thing. So, okay,
You see?
you know what? To an extent, we can't blame people for doing business because I've had that, and I literally had to tell. So this client paid for like a whole package, 6,000. So I won't say rebranded, but I marketed in a different way. And she wanted to pay for the other thing, and I was like, "But dude, you paid already for that." So, but look, at the end of the day, we run our businesses differently. But yeah, guys, these small things, and unfortunately, one sitting cannot cover all
All
these
of these
things
things,
that
yeah.
we need to look out for. Guys, scams do exist. We
Yep.
can agree on that.
Yep.
But not everything that goes on is a scam.
It's a scam. You just need to educate yourself about. At least we've given you pointers on what scams are, what you need to look out for. At least you put your own game with that. So you just need to do your research. This is what I say to everybody. Like another reason why I don't go on my Instagram lives anymore like that is because this person is gonna say, advise me on what a scammer is, or do you have any info on this person and that. I'm not here for that. You need to do your own research. If you feel like, yo, I want Scooby to be my mentor, go find out about Scooby. Do your own research to a point where you are satisfied with the information that you have and you're comfortable with him being your mentor. Then you proceed. Can't just go blindly and just go pay. Come on. Come on.
Ask around, and just to anyone, feel free to always just hit up my inbox and just ask me a question. Avoid asking me about, or avoid if you're gonna ask me something that's gonna implicate me in the future, I probably won't answer. But always seek clarity from those that know better.
They must just refrain from asking the things like, how long have you been trading? Oh my goodness.
Hey, how long?
That is not going to assist you in any way. There are other proper questions
I've been trading
ways.
for 7 years. I've been trading for 7 years.
Yeah.
I've been trading for 10 years this year, né?
Yeah.
But I've only been profitable for 7.
Okay, I've been trading for 7, profitable for I think 5. Yeah, because the first 2 were ish.
And in that 7 years, I took a 1 year break because I lost 700K.
Yo.
In a week.
That one it can never be me. I can never let my account go in such minuses. It's just me. I can't.
Bro, it's overconfidence. When you know that, nah, I always come back.
Yeah, but when we get to 100K, serious. You're still confident.
Bro, if you're making that profit, then you don't mind losing it. But now we going off. But guys, there's some people, I've seen some people who have been trying for 5 years and still suck, and I've seen people that 3 months, 4 months, and they get it because they gifted at this. You know, people get gifted at this.
Funny enough, sorry to cut you off. Funny enough, there's a guy that I met up with at in Braamfontein, right? I was parked and my car was being washed, so I'm chilling inside the car. He comes through and he knocks on the window. He's like, "Oh, I thought I'd find leadership Montla in here." I'm like, "No, it's me, but I work with him, you know." And then I was like, he's like, "Yo, guys, you're doing the most. Okay, sharp." He's giving props and whatever, and he's dabbing me up. Sweet. Now he says, "Ish, yeah, no, I've been trading, but you know, it's not going well. I've been doing this for 5 years." As soon as I heard 5 years, right, I said, "You know what? Let me get out of the car. Let me hear your story." I went and I listened to him, right? And like you're saying, there's people that can actually trade, be in the industry for 2 months, and then boom, it's happening for them. There's people that have been trading for 5 years, just like him. I'm gonna name drop, and I'll tell you the reason why I'm gonna name drop. His name is Bonga, right? And he even said I must save him on my phone as Bonga Bram Fontaine, you know. So, what I'm gonna do is he's gonna pay for mentorship, and I'm gonna make it an example. Nzomenzi example liyena, to show the people that even the people that have been trading for 5 years, once they are touched by someone that knows what they're doing and they have good intentions, they can also be big. Let's say, I don't know how much knowledge he has, what type of knowledge that he has, but give me a year and a half. I would have cooked him nice. They must remember the name. I've done that with a guy from Eastern Cape. He quit his job and he's doing great. So, yeah, there are scams and there are people that are genuine, such as us. By the way, there's something that I wanted to clear up, or just let it be known. Uti, I don't ignore people on my IG. If you come through and you DM me, I will answer you, even if it's the most dumbest question. I will still answer it. I open if I can show you, just for example. You know how to spell for example? It's forex. I'm poor. Yeah, that's where we at.
Yeah.
For example, okay, so because I've been on here, there's 8 DMs waiting, right? But everybody gets answered. Everyone. Yeah, you see there's 8, right? Then everybody gets answered. So don't be shy. Holla at your boy.
Holla.
Holla
Okay.
at your boy.
And then in conclusion, I just want to say one more thing. Guys, apart from going to YouTube and all of that, read books. Read books written by people that even that book was released 2002 or what. Read books apart from just the forex things on YouTube. It is very important to read books. For me, I took a lot of lessons, right? Got taught by Americans. I never paid for a South African course. I've never.
Same here.
Hey, I've been scammed, but how about that again? You know what? I was scammed, but I got my money back. What had happened is my friend saw some other trader from Rustenburg, and we were still. So I believe in knowledge. So I was a profitable trader at the time, but then we were like we just trying to like elevate, right? We went to Rustenburg, and then this guy started saying a whole lot of things. So, like, I'll pay for your time, bro. But when I decided, hey, yo, give me my money back, he gave me somebody else's logins, right? And acted as if, and that's the problem. I do from time to time give people investor details. But the problem is when somebody is gonna take that and then run
And
to
then, yeah.
town with my investor details. But basically, the guy was like, "Look at how much I've grown my account, all of that." You know, he was
Yeah.
like, "This is the greatest of things," and oh, but I'll tell you, the one time I was scammed, right, for real, and I couldn't because those guys were international.
Oh.
So anyway, I managed to trace that. Oh, this guy used that guy's details.
Oh, okay.
And the next week I was back at Rustenburg. I was like, dog,
Oh,
you showed
so
me
fair.
you bro,
Yeah.
so far. You might as well go to Sun City.
One
But
time.
you showed me this, but this did not belong to you. And he was like, nah, nah, nah. And I was like, look at this. I logged into the account. I was like, this is the same account number you showed me as yours. So if I'm in this account and you're in that account, prove that it's yours. Let's go look at the name on the account you showed me. Couldn't. And then I was like, okay, you know what? I will applaud you for being smart.
Very smart.
Nah,
Yeah.
you managed to get me. I think I'd been about like a year in on profitability, so that was like 4 years into
Yeah.
trading. I was like, you know what, I'm done.
I smart.
You smart?
It's the first time I'm hearing of this. It's smart.
It's smart. So
Yes.
I was like, you know what? I will, and then I'll just explain the last scam, that thing. And even till today, I'm like, what the F? And I can't figure it out. Right? Okay, I know what happened, and it pains me to be like, a lot of people are gonna fall into this. So I was like, guy, you know what? Because we're gonna have arguments, what? Because he was like, but I don't have the money, I spent it. I was like,
Yeah.
give me half of it. So he charged
Half
my friend and I 1.5 each, right? So we're like, dog, just give us the 0.5, and as well, on top of that, I made him delete all his groups.
Sure.
And I was like, bro, you're gonna delete them, whether you're gonna get all the people back on or whatever.
Yeah,
but
but
I want you to have smoke, because people are gonna ask, why were the groups deleted?
Yeah.
And I had cops with me.
Yeah, so you had backup. That's why he couldn't, do his funny things.
Yeah, I was like, okay, you know what? Because the funny thing is, now he was calling people just to send him a Stina 5.
Oh.
We had paid him 3K, but a week after, now that money is finished. So he had to make calls at and I was
say
like,
what, yeah,
shame. For a part of me felt bad for
But
the guy.
it's like you teaching him a lesson, you know what I
Yes,
mean?
indeed.
So,
Yes.
you see, with you telling that story, like, there's something I just want to share, it's just small before we close. Back in 2017, or 2018, and I'm also going to name drop, Coach, FBK, right? Coach was popping hard. Used to fill up venues like hard.
Yeah, he was
like
the man. Yeah.
like was hard, and at the time it was obviously your FBK leadership, who's Jason, used to go forex, but his era was something else. So now here's the thing, because we're touching on scammers, right? People would say, yeah, he's a scammer, this one, hey, this one, what. So through a friend of mine, right, of which I'm not going to mention, he had a connection with Coach, right? And then Coach invited him over to his crib. He was still in Wonder Park, right? The crib that he posted, he was there. Homie of mine was like, yo, let's go. I have a link up with, I'm like, you, man, I'm still new in the game. Yeah. I want, and me having a free access, I went,
Yes.
And remember, I'm going there, Vele, with all of these voices, in my head saying, this guy is a scam, this guy is a scam, this guy is a scam, you know. And when you look at him, you're like, hey, but this is impossible to do. Like, you know, at the time, you know, we had the cars and whatever. Now we go there, we chill, and we trade. There was news. We trade. He says, guys, we're going to trade together today. Sets up everything for us. Accounts are fully funded and what. He says, we're going to do 1, 2, 3. This is what I teach everybody, right? You're going to do it with me today. If your account is sitting at this amount, you use this lot size, you do this, and then we follow the instructions. I left there very happy, man. So when people, sometimes it's when I say do your research and don't just listen to people saying, hey, it's a scam. Do your research. Me, I was fortunate enough not to do research, but to trade with him. I even shared this. He had forgotten about me, by the way. I think early this year, or was it late last year? I reminded him about the story on the live. He's like, oh, you, that guy. Let me follow you. I'm like, I just sent you a DM of the picture that we took before I left. It's like, I remember you. Look how grown you've become in the industry. And I'm like, it's one thing when it's hearsay. Go do your own research. I didn't do research. I was just privileged enough to trade with the guy, and I made stacks that day. So for me, I had to scratch out the scammer thingy that was playing in my head. Guti coach is a scammer. Coach, for me, he helped me make money.
You made money, so you like.
So I'm good.
And then my final thing before we go, bro, this is how I got scammed in the saddest way. I can't explain. Next level scamming. For me, this is the last number. Bro, investor details, yet again.
So, you and investor details, though, yes.
Because it's the truth.
Yeah. You were playing a very dangerous game, eh?
No, it's the truth. Now, this time, it's overseas guys. Bro, they're showing me this robot that went from $100 to like $2-3 million. Right? And I'm seeing, and I'm watching, bro. I see this thing, bro. So the other one was somebody using somebody else's investor details, right? This one was this guy using his own investor details. Bro, they tell me, okay, the robot starts at $200 and then goes all the way up to $1,000. Okay. When it's $1,000, you get everything. You get the open source. You get what? Because remember, they code it and you can lock and unlock.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this one, I want everything. You know, if this is gonna take $100 to like millions, I want it. And like this was in a space of like 6 months.
So you thought to yourself, I'm a millionaire.
They're gonna be like Scooby played the lottery or something, gonna pull up.
Yeah.
Bro, I get the robot, I plug it in, I fund my account, you know, and they didn't say use this broker, that broker, or what. They were just like minimum $500. So me, I went $1,000. I paid $1,000 for the robot. I paid $1,000 for the thing. Bro, so me, I'm like, nah, I'm trying to get 20 million US.
Yeah.
Bro, craziest thing. I don't know how these guys did it. I don't know how Angaz. But these guys were deleting losses from their MT4. How they did it, I do not know. How they did it, I don't know.
So you didn't see the losses. All you saw was like profits back.
All that was happening
back.
Was profit. And I'm like, nah, these guys, they're the last number ones. So yeah, as well, I'll name the broker that they were trading with, because there's no way they could have done it without the broker.
You sure?
You know? How are you gonna delete?
No, I'm saying, you sure you wanna name drop the broker?
Dog, dog. It was super forex, guys. No, because people need to watch out for this. If we're gonna work together with a broker to delete trades, dog. And I've never seen any other broker do that. I don't know.
I'm thinking maybe with you having to say this, you just put on other brokers on game of deleting such things.
Here's the thing. I talk to tech providers as well. Dog, even them, they were like, this one we don't know. This one is a new level.
So and it was back then.
It was back there. This was like
snap.
about 2018,
Sheesh.
plus minus. So guys, even that one,
Have a look out.
You're probably not gonna get scammed that way because it is such a unique
way of
scamming that whether locally, internationally, because I've dealt with I've worked for international brokers, not BIB,
but worked.
I'm getting a salary.
Dog, like
all the people, they like how.
For people to have so much invested in scamming, it's crazy. Why can't you put the same energy in doing something good? That's what I'm saying. We're gonna wrap it up. And one thing I wanted to tell you, dog, like before I even knew you, right? When I came across your Instagram page, I'm like, there's no way, man. Come on now. Must be a cheese boy. Because I was like, okay, I see the polo, okay. But the people come on, what is it that we're doing? That's another thing that I wanted to share with people, that just because you are not on the same level, you don't need to hate. Like for me, I'll be straight up, because it didn't make sense to me. I'm like, you're probably a cheese boy, without knowing who you are. That's why when I saw you at Waterfall Corner, remember the first time we met, I came up to you. No, I didn't come up to you. I texted you. I DM'd you. Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm going to swallow my pride. I'm going to DM this gent. And you responded. And I'm like, okay.
Let's see.
It's a cool gent. Up until we linked up. And then all of that, even when we spoke, all of that was like, pushed to the side. It's just that sometimes when people, I'm saying this because it's not only me. There are other people out there. And at that time I was like, I think I was going through a rough patch. I also, other people as well, there's millions of people that are looking at us like that. That's why I had to clarify that I answer each and every DM. They're looking at us like, hey, Jelalo, hey, food since I repeat my hey, lo. You understand? So I just had to share that. You don't even know that.
I'm trying to share my come up to summarize it. Guys, don't do it. Don't do it. What I did.
Don't do it.
I was fortunate enough to have people drop bands on me. I just had that luck.
Okay.
The biggest investor, 1.2 million rand in. Bro, I can.
Where was I?
I can tell you, I just had that luck. And guys, don't do it. We just spoke about it now, the whole account management thing. No, but bro, people, I just had that luck. People come with 300 tower. People come with, so you understand.
So you understand where I'm coming from. If I'm saying I thought maybe it was a cheese boy, it can't be.
Yeah, no. People were giving me large amounts of money. Yeah. To trade, and I wasn't trading it. I was putting it on my bot, and then obviously, bro, if one person, and we splitting cash 50-50, if one person is making and remember at the time we were trading 100% bonus. So if you put in 300K, I was managing 600 equity.
Gone are those days, man.
So you understand, if you made 100K, and then another guy made 50K, and another guy made 30K, and another guy made 200K.
And you're taking 50% each from there.
Bro, with a net worth of just 7 clients, sheesh. I was getting an average of 200K a month. Guys, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
This was back then, by the way. It was back then. Yeah. And also, I'm not too sure. Maybe sometimes we're not that inclined with all of the regulations and all that, and we're just doing it. We just thought it's part of the game, but don't do it.
Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Don't do it. Especially with where our industry is chilling now. They will come for you. They will come for you. So yeah, and unfortunately, part of the investors they lost cash as well. But because I had a good relationship with them, and that's the nice thing. When you have little to deal with, it's easy to work around it, you know. But when you have a lot of clients to deal with, it's difficult to maintain those relationships.
Yep.
So understand, if I lost money for 20 people, it was easy to manage 20 people because I can call them all in a space of 2 days. I call 10 today, I call 10 tomorrow. But now when you have 500 clients,
it's chai. It's chai.
But yeah, guys, behind the charts.
If you want to see me again, just say so.
Keep coming through.
In the comment section.
We're gonna no. You're coming through again, definitely.
No, they must tell me if they want me.
No. You're coming through regardless.
I'll come through, drop some gems on y'all. On a different topic this time. Nothing controversial. Shout outs. That's where we at with it.
Talking about how to spend your money properly.
Spend it with me. Spend it with me.